Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Matrix Microbytes webinar series. I am Laureen Zarba, and today is the fourth module of 7 modules. These modules will focus on specific topics in Matrix, and today's topics is CMAs, Comparative Market Analysis. I'm going to show you 3 different ways to do it in Matrix. The first one is to search first. So we're going to go into a search, residential. And then over on the left side where your status changes are, it's so easy to do a CMA when you can do one search. So we're going to do active, pendings, and solds. And in Matrix, it will automatically put a 0 minus 180 in, which means today minus 180 days. Now in Stratus, we use T dates. If you remember T dates, in Matrix, they use 0. So that means today. You can change the dates. You can go into the calendar and you can pick specific dates that you would like. You can even put expireds in if you'd like also. So you can do one search for your CMA. Now this is a single family house, so I'm going to pick that. And this is also a cape. So in architectural style, if you haven't seen those, if you click on that little filing cabinet, you can see all of our styles. Or you can just type in the style or leave the style out or put multiples in, whatever you prefer. This is a 4-bedroom cape. So I'm going to put in 4 because I know I'm going to get a lot. Or you can do 4+, and that would give me 4 or more. Okay, I'm just going to put 4 for this one. Now, Valley Stream is the town, but it has 3 different school districts. This particular property is in School District 13. So I'm going to not go to the town for this, the postal town. I'm going to go into school district and put in Valley Stream. And I can see the 3 numbers for the school districts. I'm picking that one with that. Okay, so I think I have enough in there. I'm going to press the results. And we have some active listings up here in green. Pendings are orange. And here are my solds. These are all Cape Cod style houses. And the colors are important because when we go to the map, you're going to see that the active listings are green, pendings are orange, and sold. It's almost like the legend here as we go. But if you didn't have a lot of time and you wanted to do something that you could bring to a homeowner or give to a buyer, you can select all of these. And down here on your action bar, this is where you print and email and do everything you need to do with listings. You have something called Quick CMA. So a Quick CMA will take these listings and put it into a Quick CMA. Well, it will categorize them by status change. You'll be branded at the top. And here are my active listings with the minimum, maximum, average, and median price. Then the pendings come up. And then you'll get the same thing, min, max, average, and median, and also your solds. And then at the bottom, it will give you a summary of data. So kind of help you with what is happening in the market in that particular area. This is only like 2.5 pages. So it's not anything that is too long or too complicated to look at. So it's a quick CMA. I think this is a great thing. That's why I added it in here. Now let me go back out. And that was located down here at the bottom. If you were going to do a CMA from a search, you can do this, but then I'm going to add something. I want to go take all of these listings and put them on the map. This is just another way to do CMAs in Matrix. Now, since you have the checks here, I can't tell which are on the market and which are, the blues for solds. So if I go back to the results and uncheck them, now when I put them on the map, I'll be able to see the colors. Here we go. So that's better. All right, so here are all the properties. And I want to find my subject property. So when you're on the map, you have jump to address, which you're going to put in the address of this property. And the address is 32 Drake Street in Valley Stream. I'm just going to type that out. Valley Stream. Don't forget to put the town in. And then I press enter. And it will find and locate the subject property with a big red balloon. You see it down there? So I'm just going to scroll out a little bit so I can get to my comps. So now we know where the subject property is, and now we can find the houses and see what the activity is by the property. Now, there's a few ways that you can do it in Matrix. You can use these shapes, which are very easy to use. You have the radius, you have the rectangle, the polygon, and here's a freehand where you can draw it. And this is how you can clear them to start over. I think I'm going to do the freehand because I kind of like that. Although I don't have a touch screen, I'm going to use my mouse. And you just kind of drag around the area that you want. Okay. Now, if I don't like the shape, because I kind of lost one there, I'm going to clear it. So that eraser there, you can do it. Let me do the polygon. The kind of was the favorite one in Stratus. Let's go from here to here. I want to get this one over here because there's not a lot of active listings in this area. So I want to get at least 2. All right, so now I have my shape. Then when I go back to my results, I will only have the listings that are in that area by the subject property. So I got closer comps for that. And then over on, then we're going to take all of these listings and put them into a CMA down at the bottom. And then now you have your pages, just like Stratus, you're going to go all the way across. So I'm going to walk you through each part here. Now, the first part is to select a contact. Maybe you're doing this for yourself. You can skip this part if you want. If you want to add a contact to create a new one, you can. You want to just take one that you already have. And in the description, you're going to, because I've been asked, like, how do I name my CMA? Actually, the description will be the name of the CMA. So make sure that you put something in there. And I could just say Valley Stream Cape or something, or I could put 32 Drake or whatever. I'll just say Cape. Let's keep this simple, okay? You can do whatever you want in there. Oh, and down at the bottom, it's important that it says they save the CMAs for 365 days. So you have them for a year, but if you go in and edit them, you'll have them for another 365 years. I'll show you where they're stored when we're finished. Then we're going to go to the pages, and you pick what pages you want your CMA. Cover page, subject property, comps. Now, under static, if I open that plus up, it gives you a lot of extra documentation in your CMA. You might not want all of that. Now, to view them, you have to create a CMA. I can't view them from here. One of the ones that I liked was the benefits of using a realtor. So I added that and I moved it up, right? See with the little arrow here, under cover sheet. So this way they see that right away. Totally up to you what you want to add into your CMA. Let me close that up, and I want to make sure that I add the map. Okay, now the map's going up at the top, it's fine. You can move it around. You can delete anything with the X that you don't want in here. You can change the order of it as well. And something really important is at the bottom, you have upload custom pages, which will upload any, custom things that you want to add in. You might have your own office profile or testimonials or forms or anything at all that you would like to add in, you can. And you could set this as a default for the next CMA. So let's go back up to the top, and you're going to click on subject. And in subject, you're going to put in the subject property. 3 different ways you can do it. You can, first way, type the whole thing in. If you want, upload your photo. Totally do that. You can enter an MLS number in here if you want to do that. That's what I'm going to do. Or you can search for the property to autofill here. So let me just click on an MLS number, and it would be, actually it's this one, and I'm going to press fill. Okay, it actually put the photo in and put the details of the property, and kind of we did this in Stratus as well. Then you go to the next one. Now, as I'm doing this, Matrix is saving my CMA, which is a beautiful thing because we don't want to lose it, and it has an auto save feature. Now, here is my signature. If there's something I want to change, I can do that. And then the contact person that I picked, if I want to add anything in, I'm not going to do anything here, but you can if you'd like to. Then your comparables come up next, and they are there. Yay, we have our comps here. Because they stayed with us with the search, because we clicked on CMA from the search, it knew this is the comps that we wanted. So, if I want to change something or take something out, I can, or if I want to find more comps. Here's something too that's really nice that we have here in Matrix is this distance. How far away the properties are from the subject property. So that is kind of nice to look at too. Then you have the map. We're just going to look through these, kind of that very nice. This is where the subject is. This is the properties. And on the right side are the addresses of each number. Now, this is price adjustments. You can take this out if you like. You're not comfortable putting this in. This is, whether you are adding prices for extra things or updates, or you're taking prices out, you can do it here. Or you can view it in detail, which will take your subject property and put it next to each comp individually. I have 10 comps, and then you could add or subtract properties. Now, if you're not comfortable doing that, then don't do it, but it is here if you want to add that in. Okay, it's called adjustments. Pricing is where it's giving you a price range here, but you can put in your own suggested price if you want to. I'm just going to put a price in for this house. And I'm just typing it in, and you could put commas in and dollar signs in, or maybe you want to put a range in, you can do that too. Maybe to 875 or something like that. We can do that. 875 and then a comma, 1, 2, 3, whatever you want, or you leave it blank, whatever your thing is that you do. And then your notes down here, if you want to put some notes in, you can add those. And then you're finished. Okay, now in finished, you have view CMA and email CMA. To print the CMA, you open it up in a PDF and you'll print. So let's look at it and I'll show you where you print and what the CMA looks like in Matrix. Now it'll spin for like a few seconds, but it's just generating the CMA. Usually there are about 30 pages in the CMAs in Matrix, which is kind of a nice number. This one's 22, probably because I didn't pick that many comps for this. But here's benefits of using a professional realtor. I think that is kind of impressive, so I put that in. That was an extra that I put in from static. Here's the map with the comps. And then we have our side-by-sides. We're familiar with that because it's just about all CMAs that I've seen have side-by-sides that you take. Here's the subject property data. It's the first one, and it compares it to any of the listings that we pick. I'm skipping down a little bit. Here's your minimum and maximum amounts, and then your median prices, days on the market. One was on the market for a year there. Listing price, sale price, days on the market here. And then you have your little code down here so you can tell what each thing is. This is your brief summary of comparable properties, which is very similar to Stratus when we had that summary report, okay? It was probably one of the most important parts of the CMA, which is giving you the prices at the bottom, your average prices, to kind of get a range on what is happening in that particular market. Then you get kind of like these thumbnails or median report styles for each comp again. And then as we go down, we have a few more charts to active properties, pending properties. And they're doing the price ranges here. We like to have some charts. They look nice. And you know what's really nice about Matrix CMA is that it's easy to explain. It's not overly complicated. It's just easy data to look at. And on the last page, we kind of put our price in. If you'd like to do that, you can, or you can leave it out and have the discussion with the seller. But that's what the CMA looks like in Matrix. Not that difficult to do. That is the one that I did with a search. Now, if you are doing a CMA from the beginning, I want to show you that way as well, is you're going to go over into Matrix. And then in Matrix are my CMAs. Now, I have a lot of CMAs. They're all practice CMAs. But down at the bottom is where it says start a new CMA. You see that there? Start a new CMA. So this is starting without searching. And that might be your preference when you're doing a CMA. Again, we're at the page start here. We want to select a contact or add them in, or we're doing it for ourselves. You can pick from here. And then your description. This one's going to be 100 Kathleen Drive. I'm going to show you where these are stored as well. Then we go to our pages. Again, same thing we did before, only there's one big difference is that you're gonna put in your comps here. I think I mentioned this, you can upload your own custom pages. I want to make sure I got that for you. Here's your subject property. Now, again, you put them in either manually or you have an MLS number here, or you can go search for the property to autofill. 3 choices. For time consideration, I'm just going to put in this one here. I'm going to put an MLS number in for it, and I have one here. It remembers. And then I would press fill, and then it put the photo in as well. Again, you can go through this. Now, this information, I would take some of this out. It was from an old listing. Just like when we did this in Stratus, I'm going to take all of this out here so that doesn't show up. And then you're going to go to your cover page. Okay, all looks good. And now you're going to go to your comparables, okay? And there is nothing there because we haven't searched ahead of time. So how do we do it in the CMA? You're going to click on Find More Comps, although there's nothing here. You're going to find comps and you're going to go in, and this time you're going to do the same thing, but you'll do it in the CMA. Active, pending, and sold, whatever you want to put in there. Then we're going to do, it's setting up a cross property here for that. That means that, maybe it's a 2-family house that they're comping, or maybe it's land or there's rental. We're going to do residential, and then we're going to have to do single family, okay? Because we have every property type here. So we're going to put that in, and we didn't have to do that before. And then I'm going to put this one is a colonial or a split. I'm not really sure, so I'm just going to put in split level for that one, or you leave it out, totally up to you. And I believe this one is 3 to 4 bedrooms. I'm not sure, so let's just, this is how we do the bedrooms, 3-4, so 3 to 4 for that as we go. And now I didn't even put a town in. I need to come to my town here. We're doing Syosset for this one. Syosset. Now I'm always looking at my countdown here. I have 52, which is too many for a CMA. Is there anything else that I could put in here? I have my styles, I have my bedrooms, and I'll just go to results. Now here's something different. Now let me show you. When the results come up, there is no map to put it on, which might be fine for you because you don't want to draw those shapes anyway. But on the left, you're getting something that really is important. You're getting distance from the subject property. And I usually sort this. So with the hand, with the finger, you're going to click on that. So I get the closest houses to my property. And here is one that's really, really close on here. So I want to pick that. So I don't put them on the map. I'm going to pick the comps based on how far away they are. Usually we go back like a half a mile or something. I'll just do the 0.5s here. Of course, you can look at your square footage and all of that. And you can open them up. I mean, you can do it this way too. You can open them up and look at them and then check them as you go, right? You can go, okay, well, that one's really close looking to that. And then check, 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 and then go back to your single line. So if you wanted to do that, I'm just going to go back to my single line view, which is back here. All right, so I'm only picking those, and then I'm going to add selected. So that's how you do it inside the CMA. You're going to pick from the distance. This is the same thing. And look at this. There are no active listings by this house. I noticed that once before. Okay, we have sold and, well, we have to do a CMA with that. Then you can go to each one here, your map, your adjustments, your pricing. I'm going to skip all of it and then just go to finish. And you have a CMA. Both ways are fairly easy to do. And there might be more the ways that I haven't done yet. I think you can put the subject property in the search criteria. You can do it there too. But you're going to come up with a pretty nice matrix CMA, which is easy. And I think that's going to be important. Our comp's the most important thing that you want to get. And then I searched in the middle of the CMA, and now we have a CMA on this particular property. So you might want to do your own house and just kind of practice. So when you do your CMAs, where do they go in Matrix? And they will go to My Matrix. Remember, My Matrix has everything that you've done, anything that came over from Stratus, or anything that you have done in Matrix. So here are your CMAs, my CMAs. And I just did this one today at 256, okay? 100 Kathleen Drive. Now, if I'm playing around and I want to get rid of it, I can check it, and at the bottom, I can delete whatever I want here. So always look at these action bars. Or if you click on the name, you'll see that it opens up and you can edit your CMA, view your CMA, email it, or delete it. Because maybe you did the CMA and it's been a couple of weeks before the homeowner could see you or whatever. You might want to come in and update the comps. So say, for instance, I wanted to edit my CMA. If I clicked on edit here, I can go over to the comparable tab and I can then find more comps. So maybe I have an MLS number I want to add. I can just put that number in here and I can add it to my comps. So Matrix does make it easy to edit anything. You kind of get the format and the way it's designed. And then you can create some really nice CMAs that you could use. So with that said, this is the conclusion, and this is recorded and will be posted on the LI Realtor site under education webinars. We have some modules that are already in there. There'll be 7. I'm hoping by the end, in a few days if they're not there. And this way you can review them, share them with your office. If anybody's struggling with Matrix, this will be a great help for all of you. Thank you all for joining me, and I'll see you again in the classroom.